You're watching America's healthiest TV show, Health Corner, with host Joan Lunden, plus Chef MD Dr. John Puma, and fitness with Kathy Smith. Today on Health Corner,
I'm frustrated. We don't have to have breast cancer anymore. We can stop it.
Breast cancer authority Dr. Susan Love explains why we need to go beyond a cure.
Three for hope!
From victims to survivors, the Burns triplets share their incredible story.
Are you chicken about cutting up the whole chicken? I'll teach you how to do it like a pro and make it satisfying and lean.
Health Corner is a sponsored program brought to you by Walgreens. There's a way to stay well. And now from our studio in New York.
Hi, I'm Joan Lunden, and welcome to Health Corner. Today's show is all about empowerment, empowering women to take control of their health and their lives. Up first, Dr. Susan Love is a distinguished surgeon, and she's also author of the definitive book on breast health, Dr. Susan Love's Breast Book. I got to sit down with her recently to talk about her focus, eradicating breast cancer and improving women's lives. You have said that we can be the generation that stops breast cancer, that it just takes money, will, and vision. Tell me about that.
Well, I think we've made progress in terms of treating breast cancer, but where we haven't really made enough progress is finding the cause, figuring out what causes it to start. You look at cancer of the cervix, and we went from doing pap smears and hysterectomies, because we didn't know what else to do, to finding out it was a virus and having a vaccine. 30 years, no walks, no pink ribbons, no runs, and we can do that for breast cancer. So I think what we have to do as women is move the pressure into finding the cause and stopping it altogether.
And of course, in the past, the treatment has pretty much been the surgery, the chemo, the radiation. And we're now starting to move a little bit beyond that. Now we've got hormonal therapy. Is that as effective? Where does that play in?
Well, we've got a lot of different things that we can use, and what we're finding out is that there's 4 or 5 different kinds of breast cancer. They're not all the same, and you don't treat them all the same. So there may be some that are hormonal, that treating them with hormones is just as good, and chemo doesn't even work. And then others where chemo works better, and others that targeted therapies work better. So what's different is we're finding out it's not one size fits all, but really trying to match the kind of cancer with the right therapy.
But you've said to me that HRT and mammograms play a big part of this. So explain, to start with HRT.
The hormone replacement therapy, especially estrogen and progestin, are pretty clearly shown to increase breast cancer within the first couple of years of being on it, and as soon as you stop, the increase goes away.
All right, mammograms.
Mammograms find those slow cancers that take a long time to grow and are not so good at finding aggressive cancers. And so we've increased the numbers of cancers we've diagnosed, but we haven't decreased the deaths. And that's because we're not finding those really aggressive ones early.
And what's on the horizon that excites you?
What excites me is trying to figure it out. What excites me are the studies that are looking at, could it be a virus, for example, that starts this? What excites me is figuring out what are the conditions that lead to cancer? What are the lifestyle issues that we can do that will keep us from getting breast cancer? You know, 80% of women who get breast cancer have no risk factors, did everything right. So that means we don't have a clue.
Let's talk to women today. The most important factors to reduce your risk of ever getting breast cancer.
The things we know about: stay away from extra radiation. So when somebody wants to do an x-ray, say, how is this going to change my treatment? And if it's not going to, don't do it. Especially things like CAT scans, which are very high radiation. Don't have them unless you need them. Stay away from extra hormones. HRT is not good, and fertility drugs we don't know about yet. Really, the jury's still out on those.
And what about hormones in foods if you have little girls? Hormones in milks and all that?
Well, those are probably less important than the ones we're popping in our mouths as pills, actually. Although, you know, that's probably a good idea. And exercise. Exercise is critical. For girls, especially during puberty and thereafter, but throughout your life, maintain a healthy weight, particularly postmenopausally, is important. And if you have a choice, have your kids early. The younger you have your first pregnancy, the lower your risk.
What we're really talking about here is understanding what the risks are so that you understand what your own personal risk is.
That's right. But the problem is, you know, these risks are the ones we know about. But they only explain about 20% of breast cancer. So what I really want to get to is what are the risks we don't know about? So we're going to launch a study out of the Love Avon Army of Women, where we're recruiting 1 million women to help us. And we're going to start collecting data, and with that, we'll be able to start asking, you know, what are the things that we all are wondering about, and from cosmetics to, you know, underwire bras, that we have no idea if they're increasing the risk. And so that's why we're really going to do this large study, the Health of Women study, where we can figure this out. Because I'm frustrated. We don't have to have breast cancer anymore. We can stop it.
Who are you looking for? Are you looking for people who are at risk? Are you just looking for a random population?
I want everybody. I want healthy women. I want women with breast cancer. I want women at risk. Anyone over 18 can sign up. We need all ethnicities. We need women who have other diseases, because if we don't look at everybody, then we're not going to have an answer that applies to everybody. So we really need to get a concerted effort. And if all of us join in on this, then we can answer these questions.
It's always good to see you, Susan.
Thank you.
Again, thanks so much to Dr. Love. And you can learn more about her foundation by visiting the Health Corner website. All right, keeping your family on time and on schedule can be a real challenge. In fact, being overscheduled is a big concern. I'd like to share with you what it's like at my house trying to juggle family, work, and life in general. Take a look. Okay, I have to admit it, I'm guilty. I schedule my children's lives because I want to try and expose them to all different kinds of activities. Sports, ballet, music, dance, even volunteering. And sometimes that means a very full schedule. Research shows that a child's well-being actually improves when they're involved in extracurricular activities. But too much of anything can have unintended side effects. So here are some signs that your child may be overscheduled or overworked. Do they have trouble figuring out what to do with unscheduled time or even playing with other kids? They might have too much on their plate if they are moody or exhausted, or they don't have time to get all their homework done. Are they coming up with excuses to get out of activities? Then maybe they really do need more downtime. What about their expectations? Are theirs too high? And do they get disappointed easily? This may be another sign. Not every minute needs to be scheduled. Some of the best time is spent doing nothing. So make sure your children have plenty of free time every day to play games, ride bikes, hey, even read a book. Childhood is a time for children to explore, discover, and experience all that life has to offer. So make sure that they have a chance to find out what excites and motivates them without overdoing it. And coming up in just a few minutes, as infants, triplets Jordan, Chandra, and Trey suffered terrible burns. But thanks to innovative medical technology, they've made an amazing recovery. Stay with us for that story.
Pace yourself. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't ignore obvious signs. Stay hydrated at all times. Get plenty of fresh air and sunshine. And don't worry, lots of people live active lives with asthma.
Answers and advice to help you get well and stay well. Walgreens. There's a way to stay well. Learn more at walgreens.com/health.
Come on, Grandpa. Don't want to be late for the bus.
At Walgreens, we want everyone to stay well.
All right, let's roll.
That's why we launched the AARP Walgreens Wellness Tour. It brings millions of free health screenings, including glucose, blood pressure, cholesterol, and bone density to people across the country.
How'd you do on your test, Grandpa?
Passed with flying colors.
Visit us online to find out when we'll be near you. Walgreens. There's a way to stay well.
Welcome back to Health Corner. I'm Joan Lunden. Today, Chef MD Dr. John LaPuma is making a dish just like Grandma used to make it. And it sounds great, John.
Thanks, Joan. I've got a little quiz for you today. Does this look like anything that came from a farm animal? If you said yes, we've got to get you to a farm. Now, how about this? Whole chickens, right? These birds are much closer. Our bodies know how to absorb the good stuff from real natural food. You want the good stuff in food to be body-ready or bioavailable. But heavily processed food full of fillers and additives and injections, it's confusing. When it comes to food, our grandmothers had the right idea. They cooked with whole chickens, not parts. They fed them with greens from the garden, not highly processed, contaminated chicken feed. And when they cooked the whole chicken, what they didn't use, they kept to make stock or another recipe. Another benefit to whole chickens, they're more economical than buying skinless chicken breasts or energy-zapping, sleep-inducing, breaded chicken nuggets. Do chickens have nuggets? I don't think so. And chicken is a lean meat that's high in protein. Chicken cooked my way has a low glycemic index, meaning it won't spike your blood sugar levels, making it a smart choice for people with diabetes. So don't be chicken of cooking a whole chicken. Pick one up today. It's the waistline slimming, penny pinching, food as medicine ingredient in my Chef MD approved Chicken Vesuvio.
Manja Dr. John, and we'll catch up with you in the kitchen in just a couple minutes. Chef MD's Chicken Vesuvio recipe and hundreds more are available online. Visit the Health Corner website and click on Healthy Recipes and sign up to get Chef MD's free weekly recipe email. All right, are there any supplements to help millions of Americans who have heart disease? Hey, according to the American Heart Association, the answer is yes. It's fish oil. Here's Walgreens pharmacist Helen Jung with what to look for. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Joan. The AHA is right. Studies show that people who eat a lot of fatty fish in their diet tend to have lower rates of heart disease because the omega-3 fatty acids in fish are very beneficial to your heart.
You know, I love salmon, which is high in omega-3s, but now we're told too much of some kinds of fish can cause unsafe mercury levels in your body. Plus, we don't want to eat salmon every day. We like variety.
I know I do. The American Heart Association recommends eating fatty fish twice a week. For patients fighting heart disease who want to lower their triglyceride levels along with diet or who simply don't like fish, supplements can provide the necessary omega-3s to help.
So what should we look for in a fish oil supplement?
Look for supplements that say EPA plus DHA on the label. Unless told otherwise by your physician, you should stick to 1 gram per day or less.
All right, great information, Helen. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, Joan.
Of course, always talk with your doctor before taking any kind of supplement, including fish oil. All right, got your game on for next week's big show from Miami? Well, even though you're probably going to be a couch potato most of the day, fitness expert Kathy Smith says you can still get some exercise. Right, Kathy?
Right, Joan. There's absolutely nothing wrong with relaxing in front of your favorite show. But you can use this time to also stay fit. So here are a few suggestions. Use the commercial time. So every time there's a break, get down on the floor and do some push-ups and sit-ups. And challenge yourself to see how many you can do properly with each break. Then step up the intensity with every commercial break. Use the couch or chair, but not just to sit on. Squats are a great way to work your glutes. If you've got a treadmill, park it in front of the TV and multitask. Just make sure you're actually giving it enough intensity to make a difference. Okay, no treadmill? Try marching in place and really get those knees up, higher and higher and higher. If you've got a schedule of favorite TV shows, make your workout part of it. For instance, if Monday night is your favorite reality show, make that your weightlifting night. If Tuesday is your favorite drama, that can be your core and abs night. So you don't have to give up TV or even your couch to stay in shape. I'm Kathy Smith, and here's to your health.
Looking for the secret to losing weight and keeping it off? Find out how at kathysmith.com.
I'd like you to meet 3 incredible young women who are triplets. And as infants, they survived a horrendous fire. But what they've gone through since is just extraordinary, thanks to a breakthrough treatment which has transformed their lives. Here's Sarah Welch with the story.
It was the middle of the night.
When we were 17 months old, our house caught on fire.
Chandra, Jordan, and Trey were sleeping in a crib when their Texas home was destroyed.
And we were left with third-degree burns on our bodies.
Their mother died in the fire.
we had each other to help us get through it, which was, part of our healing process.
The girls suffered severe burns, and as children, they underwent countless surgeries and treatments, but were still left with significant scarring.
We knew that, we had burns and we had scars, but, we had a lot of friends growing up, and our family really tried to help our self-confidence, and we knew that we were loved.
As teenagers, it became more difficult, and they felt more comfortable hiding their scars with long sleeves and makeup.
Yeah, I pretty much just accepted that I would be living with my burns for the rest of my life, and I never thought that there would be anything to help the appearance of our burns.
Then one night, while Chandra and her cousin were online, they came across a doctor offering burn survivors a new breakthrough treatment.
When we heard that there was, the ultra pulse and a laser actually out there that can help burn scars, we were so ecstatic.
Right away, the 20-year-old triplets traveled to Florida to meet with dermatologist Dr. Jill Wabel, one of the few doctors in the country specializing in the luminous ultra pulse laser treatment.
The laser turns the skin into steam, and we actually are removing the scar. So we take away the bad scar, and then in heals new, normal, healthy skin. And we think that is what is so exciting about this technology.
The pictures show a dramatic difference in their scars. Chandra, Jordan, and Trey say they feel more beautiful and confident with each treatment.
It was a very gradual difference. But once we started seeing the differences, like the color changes in our scars and the texture smoothing out, we were very excited and we were very hopeful for the future. I don't think that there could have been a better person that we could have found. Sorry. We're just so appreciative of Dr. Weibel because she's so passionate about burn survivors.
Burn patients go through a lot, and the triplets are amazing women, and they've been so brave, and they've shared this story and have gone so much for the world. And, I again feel grateful to get to be their doctor.
Wanting to share their success, the triplets help other burn survivors every summer at a burn camp in Texas.
3 for Hope!
And they've also started the 3 for Hope Foundation to help other burn survivors get the same treatment that's made such a difference in their lives.
I think our message to everybody else out there is that the sky is the limit. You can do anything you put your mind to. Don't let your burns hold you back. You can push through and persevere, and you can really get through anything if you really want to, if you want it bad enough.
For Health Corner, I'm Sarah Welch.
Thanks so much to Jordan, Chandra, and Trey for sharing their story. Learn more about the 3 for Hope Foundation by visiting the Health Corner website.
I'll satisfy your hunger and control your weight with a dish that explodes with flavor. Stick around for Chef MD.
What does hope look like? Sometimes it's a hug or a laugh, and sometimes it's a future without worry. But most of all, hope looks like these children and me, who live with type 1 diabetes. The Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation continues to accelerate the crucial research that represents the real hope for a cure for millions of children and adults. Their hope is boundless, and with your help, we'll find a cure.
Next week on Health Corner.
He helped make the miracle on ice happen. Today, Jim Craig faces another foe. Plus, cultural observer and best-selling author Gail Sheehy changing the way women look at their lives.
Fight cancer, weight gain, and heart disease with my tasty omelet for 2 that uses a sauce you probably already have on your shelf.
All that and so much more Sunday, airing on Lifetime. A lot of women do something that they really shouldn't. Share their makeup. It's really not a good idea. Here's beauty expert Florida Perry Smith and Health Corner correspondent Megan Sinclair with what can happen.
After you, my dear. When we're getting ready for the show, there are some products we share and others we don't.
And during cold and flu season, sharing cosmetics can be hazardous to your health.
So we'd like to share with you some tricks of the trade to help you stay healthy and avoid avoid the nasty flu or a cold.
My girlfriends are always tempted by the seductive palettes of the test products in the store, but I always tell them to think about how many people have dipped their fingers into that same eyeshadow. So definitely take a pass on the testers.
Well, if testers are always applied with fresh applicators, then you'll be okay. But trust me, the last thing that you want to leave the cosmetics counter with, a hot new shade of lipstick, and then 3 days later with a lousy cold.
To check the color on your skin, apply to the back of your hand. Don't take a chance with bacterial or viral infections by applying to your lips.
And another tip, don't put your health at risk by using contaminated or out-of-date beauty products.
Another great point. Many women only replace a product when it's empty or stops working.
When in doubt, throw it out. So let's do a quick review, starting with mascara. Never share mascara and keep it just for 3 to 6 months.
Using a clean application tool for your moisturizer can increase the shelf life up to 12 months. But when change in color or aroma happen, throw it away.
Foundation and blushers should last between 12 and 18 months. But be sure to wash application sponges or brushes with warm soapy water at least weekly.
Pressed powder should last 2 years and loose powder a year longer. Again, wash applicators weekly. Cream eyeshadows are good for about 18 months and powder versions will last about 2 years. Wash the brushes, and if you have to apply the products with your fingers, wash your hands before and after.
When it comes to lipstick and glosses, they can last up to 2 years. And again, using brushes that are cleaned regularly is essential.
When you share makeup, you also share germs.
You're so right, Megan. So follow our tips and you'll stay healthy and you'll always have...
Wait. Can I try saying it, Florida?
Go right ahead, girlfriend.
And you'll always have that certain something. For Health Corner, I'm Megan Sinclair.
And I'm Florida Perry Smith.
Which products are right for you? Ask your Walgreens Beauty Advisor for help. They have the knowledge and expertise you need to look and feel your best.
My take on a classic chicken dish is rich, warm, and low in calories. I'll be in the kitchen in just a minute.
Walgreens invites you to stay well this new year. With the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention saying that vaccination is still your best protection, Walgreens and Take Care clinics now offer H1N1 flu vaccinations every day at our more than 7,000 locations nationwide for just $18. So stop in today. Walgreens, there's a way to stay well.
Does anybody have an SUV? You're getting a ticket.
How to get your coffee in 5 minutes. How to fight cancer in 5 minutes. Just log on to cancer.org/greatamericans and answer a few questions. You'll get the information you need to help reduce your cancer risk. This is the American Cancer Society.
Today, I've updated an old Italian-American and especially Chicago favorite that tastes even better the next day. Serve your family my Chef MD approved chicken Vesuvio, and they'll be clamoring for leftovers if there are any left. This is a special dish that you usually only get in restaurants, and what's different is that it's low saturated fat and low sodium, as well as high protein. You start with a clove, actually a whole head of garlic. You just cut off the top just to enter the very top of the garlic cloves, and you drizzle with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil so that it gets in between the cloves, and then you close up the head. This is just going to roast in the oven alongside the chicken. It takes about 40 or 45 minutes. Next, the chicken gets sautéed with a little bit of olive oil in a large skillet. What you want to do is brown the chicken, but not char it. When you buy chicken, choose a bird that's organic and antibiotic and hormone-free. It does cost a little more, but you're worth the investment. You just want to create a little bit of flavor on either side. This is a one-pot dish. It's easy to do to keep all the flavor in the dish. Now, just take the chicken out of the pan. And the little bits that are in the bottom, you can deglaze with some white wine and a couple of tablespoons of my Chef MD seasonings, which are perfect for this dish. Just sprinkle a little in the pan, let that saute for just a moment so you get extra flavor. Pour the white wine in the pan, and then just go along and scrape up the little bit of extra flavor that's in the pan. We're going to use this as part of our sauce, so we want to keep it there while I cut up the sweet potato. You want to keep the skin on this one because you don't want to lose the vitamins right underneath the skin. Just wash it. If you don't like the very little tail, you can take it off. The other side as well. And then slice it in half. Then go through the simple, narrow cuts because we're going to cook this in wedges. Then face it upside down on the board so that it's flat again and cut once through. Add these right to the seasonings and the wine. Add a little bit of this low sodium organic chicken broth. Turn the heat back up and add the chicken to the pan. And this just goes right in the oven. I have one that's already done, to which I've added sweet peas, which you would add at the very end. And this is the roasted garlic that's cooked for about 40 minutes and should be sweet and soft. You take a little bit of chicken from the pan. This dish should be about half and half vegetables and chicken. A little bit of sauce. See how well that's reduced? The sweet potatoes are soft, the chicken is cooked through. And there you have it. Restaurant quality chicken Vesuvio in your own home with a squeeze of soft, smooth garlic cloves right on top. Man, does that look good. For the complete recipe, check out our website. And remember, the fountain of youth starts in the kitchen. Cent'anni, may you live 100 years. For Chef MD, I'm Dr. John LaPuma.
Learn more about culinary medicine today. Order Chef MD's Big Book of Culinary Medicine at chefmd.com and sign up for free weekly recipe emails while you're there.
Thanks for watching America's Healthiest TV show. I'm Joan Lunden. February 5th is National Wear Red Day, so show your support for lowering heart disease risk among women and put on your favorite red dress, shirt, blouse, scarf, tie for you guys. Just wear red. And you can learn more when you visit the Health Corner website. Until next time, remember, there's a way to stay well.
Next week on Health Corner.
You don't get to do things in life without making great personal sacrifices.
He helped make the miracle on ice happen. Today, Jim Craig faces another foe. Cultural observer and best-selling author Gail Sheehy, changing the way women look at their lives.
Oh, rev up your taste buds and metabolism with fiery chilies and cool them with soft avocado.
Health Corner is a sponsored program brought to you by Walgreens.